What up, what up, what up, what up, YouTube? It is your man, King Howie, hitting y'all with another video out here in cold-ass Illinois. Shit. It's cold as I don't know what out here. It's been a lot of talk about the whole Kawhi Leonard issue. Man. So let's dig in. Now, Kawhi's been dealing with his quad injury, I want to say, for the last 2 years. Of course, everybody knows about the unfortunate injury that he has suffered in the playoff game against the Golden State Warriors by Zaza Pachulia. He missed the whole preseason of this coming season. At the start of the season, he's only played 9 games this year, and a lot of people are thinking that Kawhi Leonard is faking his injury. A lot of people say it has a lot to do with his uncle. There's been a lot of uproar with, communication between the organization and Kawhi Leonard. So who knows? But I think it's a whole bunch of possibilities. Kawhi is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and he's won a championship. So when you put this whole spectrum and the whole big picture together with Kawhi Leonard, I've come up with a number of scenarios. Now, one, he's seen numerous doctors, and he's went through a lot of testing, had a lot of MRIs, then had first, second, third opinions on his quad. They medically cleared him to play. Now, I broke my wrist when I was firefighting, and it healed, but they told me it was 100% healed, but I was still feeling pain. You know what I mean? So I have to do the same kind of things that Kawhi Leonard do. I have to go ask questions, have second and third opinions. And one of the doctors, Dr. Steinman, shout out to you, he told me, he said, the only way you're going to be able to get rid of the pain is that you have to rebuild the muscle in your wrist. So he gave me a bunch of exercises to do, and this weird hand thing. This weird hand thing where I have to push these. If y'all seen Floyd Mayweather 24, Floyd had that thing where he was pushing down on a little for strengthening his fingers. I had to do all of that because my wrist was super messed up. So I had to do all of that. Now that I did the rehabbing and all of that, it doesn't hurt. So back to Kawhi. He heals up. They throw him back on the floor again. Too soon. Now, when you have an injury, you know how well it affects you. You know how well you know what you can do. You know your limitations with your injury. And I think that's what happened with Kawhi Leonard. He knows the limitations of his injury. So it's hard to say if he's faking or not. I think that has something to do with it. He still might be feeling some lingering pain. I think his uncle being in his ear and giving him input has something to do with it. I think Kawhi's trust in the training staff and medical staff has something to do with it. And I think the James Harden contract has something to do with it. I mean, he's looking at James Harden get this big contract, knowing that Kawhi still has a year left on his contract. He's probably looking at his contract like, I don't think they're going to be able to pay me for my value. So it's a whole bunch of scenarios. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a number of things that could be affecting Kawhi's situation. Pops is sitting him out for the whole year. That could do a lot with, bringing his value down. Plus, After who knows? Let's say Kawhi suffers a setback next year. After they say, oh, he's back, he's went through all of these treatments and different type of doctors, and they went and cleaned it up a little bit. And let's say he comes back and he has another setback. I'm pretty sure Pop is going to sit him down again, and it's going to drive his value down to when he does come up for free agency. Any team that's seeking out to take him on are going to send him to a medical staff. He's going to go through this medical thing, this whole doctor's list. So I hope this don't ruin Kawhi's career. I think he's a great player. Has a lot of potential to be one of the greatest players in the NBA. So I just think that, you know, with all of that's going on with him, it's just going to, only time can tell. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see him play this year, which doesn't change anything with San Antonio because they still a 3rd seed in the Western Conference. So they pretty much don't need Kawhi. Kawhi would be great help to have on the court. Yes, definitely. But I could see Pop being a 5th seed next year in the West. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how well teams draft and what they do in free agency. And, you know, injuries, of course, that plays a major part into it too. So, who knows, man? Y'all know my slogan, man. It's King Howie signing out. Got to get out of this snowy-ass weather. So in the meantime, in between time, always keep it G. Shout out to my boy Todd, man.